Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm a professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. So today I want to talk about July. Hope I can get this done in a few minutes. July 1st, Mercury is in a direct motion finally. Okay, we've had 3 weeks of it retrograde in its own sign. At 8:50 a.m. on the Eastern time zone, at 24 degrees of Gemini, it goes direct. And it's going to take all the way until July 16th to get out of its shadow. So between the 1st and the 16th, as far as Mercury is concerned, it'll be moving through most of that Gemini energy, its own sign. So we'll have a few things to pick up, fix, redo. You know, it's going to be just like a lighter energy as far as retrograde energy goes. So on the 4th, we have the Sun and Pluto in an opposition. And on the 5th of July, that will be triggered by the moon. So the moon's going to make a square to the Sun and to Pluto. So from July 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we've got a little bit of a power struggle going on here between the Sun, which is our life essence, and the sign of Cancer. I want to stay home. I want to work at home. I want to do everything I need to do at home because I feel comfortable there and I love to be there. But Pluto is saying, no, we've got some interesting work to do. We've got some serious work to do. Let's get out. Let's start changing things and really digging in deep. So what are you going to do with that energy? It truly is up to you. It depends on where these two planets are in your chart. Pluto's a slow mover, so we hardly ever notice what he does unless another planet comes along and just kind of goes like, tag, you're it. So with the Sun coming along and doing that, it's going to make it very apparent to us where we have control and power at home and or at work. All right, because of that Cancer home, Capricorn, the Pluto energy is our work environment, okay, and our career. So keep an eye on that. And when the moon triggers it on the 5th, but when that moon comes through from Libra and squares off with the Sun and Pluto, it is going to cause a little bit of trouble, but they're only they're small challenges. The moon moves quickly. So since the moon moves quickly, that means within a couple of hours, the challenge is over. So don't own these things. Don't take these things like so serious. And look, the sun just came out, so it's really bright in here now. Yay. So don't take these things so seriously. So if you have an issue, you have a trouble, something comes up for you between the 5th, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of July, just work through it. Take a couple hours, you'll be over with. All right? Some people like to own problems. You don't have to do that. Work through it. On the 8th, the Sun and Saturn are in a trine aspect. This is wonderful for accomplishing more. The Sun is producing a few triggers this early in the month, and so when it's in a trine aspect, that's easy. It's all water energy, so there's a lot of emotion going on here, but it's also just about going with the flow and allowing things to be very smooth and easy for you. Now, for 5 weeks though, the last week of June, all of July, and just squeaking a little bit into August, Saturn is at 16 degrees of Scorpio. It will go direct at the end of July, but in the meantime, for the whole month, it is at 16 degrees of Scorpio. Now, that means if you have anything near that 16th degree, whether it's Scorpio or any other zodiac sign, this Saturn has been putting pressure on you. It's either giving you a lot of work, so you're busy as the dickens, you know, through trines or sextiles or conjunctions. It's keeping you very, very busy. Now, if it's bothering you through a square, an opposition, or a quincunx, that's 150 degrees, then you have an issue to work through. And it is important that you work through it because, again, for 5 weeks with this planet at this individual degree, the 16th degree of Scorpio, it is putting pressure on us to do something. So pay attention to that Lord of Karma, and he is your landlord, so to speak, and you've got to do what he tells you to do. So it makes your life easier. Keep an eye on it, especially, again, if you have something that's 16 degrees, and it can also be anything actually between 13 and 19 degrees. So keep an eye on that. Text me, you don't know my phone number, but you can send me an email or you can send me a message through this video if you need to know where that is in your chart. I will tell you. July 12th, we have a full moon in Capricorn, so what are we working on? That Capricorn energy was already triggered by the Sun and Pluto. Now we have the Sun and the Moon making this aspect on July 12th. full moon. I'll have a detailed report when that comes up later. You can watch that in a couple of weeks. But in the meantime, that just means that we're going to be looking at the things that, again, we feel are our foundations. That full moon will bring that into our sight, so we're able to see what it is we want to fix, what it is that isn't working, how we want to change that foundation around us, how we want to change what we feel is safe and secure. So on July 16th, Jupiter moves into the sign of Leo. It's been in Cancer for a whole year, and now it gets to go into Leo. So, oh, how amazing is that? So there's this romantic feeling that goes along with that Leo energy. Generally, Leo is very generous energy. They love to display, they love attention. They're the actors that we know, but they're very emotional too, so they can be very dramatic. And so we have a big theme for the rest of July. Wow, the sun came out again. We have a big theme for the rest of July with the Leo energy. So July 16th, when Jupiter moves into Leo, that will be the beginning of the story with the Leo energy. Heavy, heavy duty on being very creative. So if you've bought any real estate, you might be working on being very creative with that, working it, making a new home, things like that, you know, really just pulling out all those creative bones that you have and working that. July 18th, Venus goes into the sign of Cancer. Venus is love, and Cancer is home and family. So if you happen to be in a love relationship, you may feel that it's time to settle down, maybe move in together. Now, the Saturn direct is on July 20th. I did talk about that in the beginning of the video, so you have the date of that. I just wanted to keep things chronologically in order. So July 20th is when that goes direct. So it's stationary direct on that day. That will be, could be a little bit of a frustrating day, but again, like I said, 5 weeks of it at 16th degree, so that's how long that lasts. That stationary point lasts for 5 weeks, so we're just going to keep an eye on that one too. On the 21st of July, Uranus goes retrograde. So then we're going to get to check out as it moves retrograde for a number of months. We get to see and understand and look at what we have been going through and how we've been breaking new ground in our own lives. That Uranus is that independent, revolutionary thinking type person or energy. In the sign of Aries, again, is all about initiating change and action and what you need in your life. So with that planet retrograde for a lot of months coming up, starting on the 21st of July, there are opportunities for you to, again, redefine the choices that you've been making. On the 24th, the sun will meet up with, actually on the 22nd, the sun goes into the sign of Leo. So it's Leo's birthday. It's hot, it's fiery, it's that time of year. It's fixed fire energy, so that just shows me, especially with it coming up to make a conjunction to Jupiter on the 24th, probably going to be a pretty hot summer in the northern hemisphere. That's just about time because we've had a really cool spring and a very cold winter. So to have a hot summer might be actually a nice thing. So whatever you're endeavoring, whatever you are doing to gain attention, this 22nd to the 24th time period, and then we get to the 26th at the end of July, and that's a new moon in Leo. So from the 22nd to the 26th, there is so much Leo energy present because of the new moon, because of the sun conjunct Jupiter, the sun just in the sign of Leo. It is like party time. Hooray. Hope you're on vacation during that week because you can just be relaxing, having fun. Because I'm telling you, Leos, if they know, it isn't a sign that it's how to have fun. It's Sagittarius, it's Leos. They're fire, they love to party, they love to have fun, and Leo is very, very generous. So be generous as well. Love your children. Children are ruled by the sign of Leo if you have any. And have fun, have party, be on vacation. I'm going to go on vacation a couple days at the end of July. So I hope all of that. Hope you're still listening, because you know what? These long videos, they don't always go this far. Anyways, thank you all. I'll leave you with that. So that new moon in Leo will be fun. Come watch the new moon video at that time. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste. Blessed be.